Hi, it's Dawn, and I'm here to talk to you today about looking at illness with our children in a different way, noticing patterns. And I want to share just from my own personal experience. And you may see this pattern show up for yourself or beginning to develop with your kids. So, growing up, when I needed a break in school, when things were just too much, I would notice my body start to get sick. And I remember actually being like, oh, thank God, because I had an excuse then, a reason to stay home and get the rest and take that break that my body actually really needed. It didn't necessarily need to be sick, but that was what allowed me or gave me permission for that. Now, I've also seen and talked to adults who have memories of the times that they were sick as a kid were the times that they got pampered by their parents. My mom actually described it to me. She's like, oh yes, when I was sick, my mom would give me this bath and she would massage my hair and she would braid it and I would feel so loved. Do you notice that what happened for my mom in that moment, because that was the only time that her family necessarily stopped the busy frenzy to pour love on her, she began to associate getting sick with getting loved, cared for, and pampered. This is a really common thing. And my daughter has been struggling with a little virus the past couple of days and been using our oils and giving her some rest. And today I was like, you know what? We had plans. We can't do them because she's sick. It's a spa day. Let's do a bath. Let's give her body an aroma touch and help her feel better. And I'm going to do that because it does help when they're sick. But here's my point. If we only love on our kids in that way when they're ill, they can begin to develop this pattern or belief subconsciously, not like trying to figure it out and make it happen, but subconsciously that if I'm falling apart, if I look miserable enough, I will get loved and cared for in this way that I crave and desire and need. So, how do we prevent that while still giving our kids those things when they're not feeling well? Proactive, right? So, what if at bedtime or sometimes during the day when we notice our child falling apart or when we notice them just hanging out, if we take 2 minutes and go sit next to them with an oil and do a hand massage and just check in, give them a little shoulder rub, or maybe at bedtime once a week, whether they're sick and need it or not, we do a little mini aroma touch. So think about how you can incorporate into your regular daily life moments of pampering, moments of touch, and maybe schedule a regular time of relax and restore with your children. Because if we push through and we live a life that is so jam-packed with our calendars and our kids' sports and their after-school activities and their homework, that all they have is work and having to push through even when they're not feeling well, that's priming them to develop that unhealthy pattern of, I need to get sick or I need to do something else in order to take that break. So I want to encourage you to look at your family life and find ways to love on them. And if you're already doing that, awesome. Share below in your comments the things you do to help love on and pamper your children and help them learn to have a healthy relationship with rest, with restoration, so that they don't need, like I did, like my mom did, like so many women I talk to, have to fall apart before they have permission or allow themselves to be cared for by others or to take care of themselves. Have a fabulous week and love on those you love.